And let me just stick with one more sort of crime question. Thanks to Ceasefire PA for pursuing this and for submitting the question. In 2009, City Council passed the Lost and Stolen Handgun Reporting Ordinance. And according to Ceasefire PA, there has not been one person charged under this ordinance or brought before a judge. What are the obstacles to enforcing this law? And more broadly, what additional steps can the city take to prevent gun violence? And I think we'll go with the mayor again.
Thank you. That is accurate. It hasn't been pursued here, nor has it been pursued in any other municipality across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And the main reason is because it is an ordinance that, if it were pursued or enforced, we quickly would be sued and we would lose that lawsuit. And my interest is in protecting people, not pursuing legislation that is either frivolous or non-enforceable, and that's what this is. That's not just the case in Pittsburgh, that's the case throughout the Commonwealth, and why, to the best of my knowledge, no other municipality, even those that have passed it, have enforced it either. I was happy to see the President's leadership on the gun issue. I support 100% every thing that he proposed. I remember traveling to Harrisburg after the death of the 3 City of Pittsburgh police officers in April of 2009 to stand with then Governor Ed Rendell to call for an assault rifle weapons ban. I support that again here today as we stand. The reality is it is very difficult for us at the local level because of both state law and federal law to enact it. But I've been a mayor who has signed on to Mayors Against Illegal Guns and continues to be as supportive as we can to use our bully pulpit, similar to the school district. We don't have any direct control, but it is an issue that affects our communities. We've seen it, not just here in Pittsburgh, but throughout the country, and something needs to change. We need to have common sense leadership, and we need to figure out ways to curb this problem. Family is a strong supporter of the Second Amendment. My parents, my father and brothers are hunters. Nobody's challenging anybody's Second Amendment rights. We have to be sensible about this, and from my perspective, specifically as it pertains to 30 clip magazines and assault rifles, in my mind, there's no need for that on the street.
It's going to be a very interesting year with the federal legislation. It's really the only time, I think, in my lifetime that I can remember a chance where this type of legislation has an opportunity to pass. And certainly with Senator Casey changing his position on assault weapons, I think that there's going to be a real opportunity that we will have some sensible gun reform in this country. It's remarkable because it's unlike any other industry where any regulation placed upon a product is unconstitutional. It just doesn't make sense, and if we as a city were to be sued by the NRA for enforcing the lost and stolen handgun, I'd welcome that lawsuit. Because if it saved one life, it's worth the dollars of hiring a few lawyers in order to fight it. We need to push it from the city, through the states, to the federal government. It doesn't work the other way around. Lost and stolen handgun would be challenged because they would argue that it is a municipality acting on a legal gun. But the moment that the gun is lost or stolen, it's no longer legal. It's an illegal gun. And that is why we have an opportunity. And that fight, as mayor, will start in Pittsburgh. 70 to 80% of the violent crimes that happen in the city of Pittsburgh happen with a lost or stolen gun. We have to change that.
I think all of us recognize that the city of Pittsburgh has changed a lot over the last 20 years, particularly because of gun violence. I mean, there aren't too many people that can say they don't have some direct correlation, some direct connection to a family who has been victimized by gun violence. That is in large part due to the fact that there are so many guns out there, and we've got to do something about that. We have a unique opportunity right now. The ongoing debate across this country, it's a rare opportunity. It's an opportunity that we have to seize at every level. So it's an opportunity where a mayor needs to show leadership and advocate for these kind of restrictions and changes to gun laws that take a lot of these guns off the street. The ordinance in the city of Pittsburgh is unenforceable. It's unenforceable mainly because the language of it basically says that that your requirement, the penalty that comes to you, only happens when you can say that you knew for sure that the gun was missing or knew the gun was stolen. And it's based on just the testimony of the person from whom the gun was taken from. I mean, it really is, anyone who's looked at this ordinance can tell you that it is unenforceable. That's not to say that we shouldn't pursue getting stolen and lost guns off the street. We should pursue it to the fullest extent we can. But the current ordinance just doesn't do that.